morning. Well, it's morning for me anyway. I'm just out on my morning walk right now, which I do most days as an opportunity for me to clear my head and get myself ready for my working day. One of the things I was thinking about in my contemplation time this morning was about this concept of the true north. So if you're an avid hiker or just an average hiker, you'll be familiar with the compass and the fact that it has a magnetic needle and it points north. Doesn't exactly, depending on where you are in the world, depends on how close it points to true north, but that's a technicality. But for the sake of this video, your compass points to the north. And a lot of folks in the personal development world have adopted this metaphor for life as a metaphor to use in life. So the idea of having and knowing your true north is that you know which direction always that you need to be headed. So where it comes into play and where it helps is like the kind of day or days that I've had over the last couple days, feeling a bit disoriented, a little lost. In fact, yesterday was a very foggy day. I was lost in the fog, and that happens when you have a lot of competing priorities, and I've got a ton of these priorities, and they're all starting to compete with each other for time. Just using another metaphor, I'm juggling a lot of plates, and I'm in danger of dropping some of them, which you don't want to do. It's not a good thing. So, but when it happens, when you have these competing priorities, it's like, okay, well, which one do I, especially because they're all, feel all equally needing to be done at the same time. And so the mind goes into a kind of a meltdown, as in, well, which one do I pick? Which one do I, where do I go? Which one do I pick? And so you end up, in some instances, kind of shutting down or doing nothing, or picking something that's actually a low priority, but it feels easy to do, and you're doing something as opposed to doing nothing. And so you end up tackling this low priority piece when you've got all these high priorities in danger of crashing and burning, baby. So one technique is exactly that, is reminding yourself of your true north, of where you're headed to, reorienting yourself. A quick and easy way of doing that, some people do, is with the vision board. I'm in the process of making my new vision board, but the vision board has your vision, your goals, your aspirations, the things that you want to achieve, your why you're doing what it is that you're doing. And it's a quick way of just having a glance and reminding yourself of where you're headed and why you're doing what you're doing. I also use, I like to use journaling to do it as well. So yesterday, just ask myself a series of questions, and then reflectively answer those questions and work my way through them systematically, just kind of letting everything come out of my head, everything that's in it get out. And one of the things that I do, so it's not just a straight writing exercise for me, is I like to sort of doodle draw. I gotta navigate some of this mud here. So I like to doodle draw. So I just get all the words and concepts and sentences and everything out of my head, and then I start to organize it with boxes and circles and arrows, so that I can bring some order to the chaos. That's what it is. It's bringing an order to the chaos that's in my mind. So that's another technique that I use. So, you know, suss out where it is that I need to go. So I've got this nice little neat diagram that came out of that session. And today I'm feeling groovy, man. I'm feeling groovy. It's back in the game. And the day helps as well because it is a glorious day outside today. Can't beat it. It's a bit frosty, but a little frost is good. Oh, I love it. I got my backpack on, so I'm rocking along and enjoying the feel of it. So over there, which you can't see, I'm only using a GoPro so I can't zoom in, but I had to make this decision of whether to step into or walk in this field with two bulls trying to mate with the same female. There's a lot of activity going on, and for whatever reason these bulls and cows they like to be right on the public footpath. And these ones were right at the gate too, so I had to think very carefully about I didn't want the two bulls that were trying to do their business to think that, you know, here comes a third piece of competition coming in here. But anyway, I did see a little break in activity and slithered on into the field and made my way across and got out the other side. So it was cool. Anyway, so yeah, knowing what to do when you don't know what to do, when you're lost in that fog because you have all these competing priorities and you're not quite sure which one to do, and it's bringing you to a grinding halt, and being able to reorient on your true north. And again, techniques for doing that. Vision board is one. If you have one, if you don't have one, construct one. That's a quick visual to have a look at and reflect on and remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing. As I said, I like to work my stuff out on paper and just make a jumbled mess across 2 pages of the notebook. So I open it up, so I got the spread, and then use some squares and circles and arrows to create an image out of all the stuff that's on the page until some order appears. So that works for me. What works for you? Always happy to pick up some different techniques. Anyway, let me get on with this gorgeous day. My gorgeous little walk in my muddy walk. Very muddy. Don't want to blind you, but the sun is just over there peeking its head up. I love it. Good stuff. Anyway, have a good one.